everybody seemed excited to be back. Could you sense a lot of enthusiasm?
I think the last 2 days guys have practiced hard. It's been mainly young guys, but I think guys are excited to get back out there, and I'm certainly excited for what lays ahead. Mm-hmm. So I think a good 2 days.
Okay. How about what's Charlie's condition?
He's not practicing yet. No, he's in the protocol. So it's just step by step.
So you don't quite know if he'll play, or
I have no idea. Okay. That's really all up to the doctors. Okay. They kind of monitor every step. So.
Do you jump right into Georgia, I guess? Is that the way this time works? Or?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Today and sorry, I ran conditioning with the players at the end, and I'm not in condition. So yesterday and today were just team development, and then Wednesday will start the first game week.
How needed was a little bit of a break following just what has been a grind of a season?
It just wasn't much of a break for the coaches. We played on Saturday, and some coaches were on home visit Saturday night. But I think for our players, a chance to concentrate on finals. It was a long, hard, tough year, and I thought we had renewed energy yesterday and today on the practice field. When you're away for a week, you're excited to get back and see the players. Hopefully they are excited to see you, so I think it's been a good thing.
Coach, we talked about it before, but for kind of the uninformed, how important are these practices for these younger guys, and why are they important?
It's vital because they've had a supporting role all year, and then you have these practices where they're the guy. And instead of taking 2 or 3 reps here, they're going to take 8 in a row. And if they make a mistake, it's a big play. And our older players are so elite at putting pressure on the young guys. I think sometimes the young players might even think they're getting picked on, but no, they're just simulating what it's going to be like next fall. And it gives you a chance to move some guys around at different positions, just even if you're never going to do it, just for their development. And I just think it's great for the team and the competition. We've get down to the end of the year, you're kind of slowing down in terms of competing and all that. Because you're saving it for the games. Well, we can go out there now and just kind of grind away, which is good.
What are you seeing from Georgia, film, whatever?
Oh, they're a great team. I mean, as good a defense as we've ever seen. The best offensive line probably in college football, at least that we'll have faced. I think it's going to be quite a challenge. They're really, really good. And but I think it's a good thing for our team because, I think our guys are invested in that. I think our seniors see it as a great chance. They all want to go to the pros. When you want to go to the pros, go play well against Georgia. And for our young players, you want to build a great team next year, then let's end this on the right note.
Coach, you had a big recruiting weekend. You got signing day coming up on Wednesday. Just how do you feel about what you've already got in place and what you guys are finishing with? How excited are you for signing day?
Well, we love the class so far, and there's a couple guys out there we'd love to add. I think what this group on Wednesday will do is allow us to really be targeted in January. And, we have a good team coming back, and just the right pieces, not just for next year, but for the years after. I think it'll be really good. And I think, we really have something behind us now, some proof, that, hey, we're going to be good. So I think, you see that we're not changing who we're going after, just how excited they are about what they see. And I think our team believes, and I think it's great to see the recruits and their families believe.
The seniors on the team, obviously, their final game, big time, bowl game against Georgia. Have they talked to you maybe about, what they want to get out of this week leading up, the next 2 weeks leading up to the bowl game?
I've talked to them a lot about life, after the bowl game, the next steps, NFL, all those things. But we certainly talked about the game. And I know they all want to finish with 12 wins, to finish as a top 10 team. So it's a perfect opportunity for us. And at the same time, it's not an easy opportunity. So I think it's one more chance to do something really special, and I think that means a lot to them as well.
Now, you had a year with that new deal in the redshirt rule. Do you feel like you handled it better this year, or how did it seemed like maybe you got a lot of guys still that can play, still in the bowl game?
Yeah, we have a lot of guys that can still play in the bowl game. And whether they do or don't, I think that at least keeps them really invested emotionally and mentally. So I think we've done a good job with the rule. Every case is different, so there's no hindsight. But I think we've done a good job, and I think even Zeno in that last game getting a chance to go play, and he'll be a freshman next year. So it's certainly a unique set of variables.
What was it like for Jacob to be able to have that opportunity to go back, watch himself, in a big game, but just in a game period, and to have that to build off of?
Yeah, I think it's good for him. I think it's good for everybody. I know he ran off the field celebrating after the first touchdown and ripped him. That's not what we do. So I think it's good for everybody. I think everyone had a chance now to get in that game and Some guys played really well. Some guys didn't play as well. Some coaches coached really well. Some coaches didn't coach. I mean, and we plan on getting back. And so, that game will certainly speed up our development. And, all year we've won a lot of games by one play. We lost that game by one play. So everyone just has to get one play better. And if everyone gets one play better, then we're a lot better. So I think that film will really help us, but especially in the offseason. We kind of quickly turned the page to recruiting and then to this bowl game. I think in the offseason, guys will really have a chance to grow from that game.
What was the message that you heard from everyone when you were traveling about Baylor football?
Well, I know people in the state of Texas want to have a college football program or multiple college football programs that are nationally relevant. There hasn't been a national champion come out of this state, the greatest state for Texas high school football in quite a while. And so I think for us to knock on the doorstep and almost make the college football playoff, I think excited people. But I think more so than anything, the thing I've heard is I think people have really been appreciative or excited about the way our guys do what they do. I think all across the country, wherever I went, I think people really, the championship game stuck out to them with the way we battled back from adversity, the way we battled back when they had a lead, the way, they were up, 10-0 and we took the lead. They were down 10. We came back and tied it up. I think the way we play hard and physical, the way we don't trash talk and those things, I think the way we've done things, I think has really stood out to people. And people in this state, high school coaches in this state, even people we've recruited for 2 years, I think they understand the magnitude of going from where we were to where we are. And so I think people believe, I talk a lot about process. I think people truly believe in the process, the way we do things, and I think they see players developing. And so it's been a really positive message out there.
Matt, because you've seen Phil do it, maybe even going back to the UCLA days, did you always have faith that this defense would kind of get to where it is today?
Yes.
And what did you see during the season, or maybe even last year, to say, hey, we're getting there, that kind of thing?
I think it would be unfair to say anything about last year. I always trust that we're getting better.
Yeah.
But I think there's a time in preseason where it became very hard to move the ball against our defense. And I said, oh, wow, it's starting to happen. And then, even in the first couple games, we gave up a touchdown. We didn't give up very many first half touchdowns this year. We gave up one in the first game, but you could see us really, really evolving. And again, I think the credit goes to Phil and our defensive staff, but also think it goes to our players. They did it with the same players. They didn't change out guys. And so I think as you see, as you could see our players' investment and growth and maturity happen, you knew that eventually they'd get to this point.
I think it was locker room. I was talking after the championship game. He was talking about a conversation you guys had where he kind of said, hey, you're a senior now, you got to step it up. Is that a conversation that's just individual with all older players, or was it something about him in particular that you needed to?
And I had that with him when?
Right after the season.
Right after last season.
Last season.
Yeah.
Probably it's just individual. I think I have a pretty good relationship with most guys on the team. And, I think you have to challenge guys to be better in different ways. So, like, with one player, it might be, yelling and screaming. With another player, it might be meeting with them one-on-one. But, I do think you want all of your older players to play their best football as seniors to have a chance. And so I think that it's just that challenge. But I'm having that conversation right now with guys for next year. But I'm also having with younger players, We just addressed the team after practice, and I'm talking to Terrell about the younger guys. Like, okay, we want to be good in 2 weeks. We also want to be good next year, and this is what has to happen for us to get there. And trusting that the Graylands and the Terrells and those guys will make it happen.
Did you ever sweat in December and practicing outside at Temple?
Yeah. I will say it must be global warming or something, because I was in New York on the National Football Foundation. Felt like it was hot there too, though. So, but this weather is unreal, absolutely unreal. To think that this is December is beautiful.
Has Bohannon recovered fully? You said he was hurting a little bit during Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think his knee's getting better. He had a I guess it would be grade 1 MCL, so not terrible, but enough that it's discomfort. He's not getting hit at practice right now, but I expect he will be full go and able to run around and stuff for the game.